Hello, and welcome to the Evolve and Elevate podcast. I am Jacob Fry, your show host and humble servant. I have an unwavering belief that no matter where you are, who you are, what you have, or what the story of your past may hold, you have the ability and inner strength to design and realize your best self tomorrow, if only you will put in the effort today. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Evolve and Elevate podcast. I hope you had a great week full of joy and helping others grow. Our episode today is focused on developing an individual life vision, setting goals, crushing goals, and a couple tools that have made me a more successful dream chaser and hopefully will assist you too. So, as the description mentions, we're going to work on visions today. And when I mention and use the word vision, I'm simply referring to what your personal ideas and thoughts are regarding who you wish to be. It is the picture in your mind of your life with it all. And by all, I mean anything and everything that will bring you happiness and self-fulfillment. It's the life situation, career, body, spirituality, family life, materials, and other things that if you had, your life would be on fire. The type of life where you jump out of bed ready to rock and roll and hit the ground running, and then at the end of the day when you've wrapped up, you sleep like a rock knowing you achieved and accomplished everything you had planned to achieve and accomplish that day. Developing a vision is not always an easy thing to do. It's not everyone that has decided and discovered what their life purpose is and is able to carve out their ideal future. To that extent, it is important to know what makes you tick. Do you want to work with animals? Maybe you want to be a pilot. Maybe you want to help people and work in healthcare, or any number of other life paths available to you. Having a general idea of what lights your fire is definitely required to develop your life vision. It's usually best to begin with the end in mind. Look down the road 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. Who, what, where, when, why, with who, doing what, living where, making what, how many languages do you speak, what type of car do you drive, where did you graduate from, what was your major, what was your minor, who did you graduate with. The idea here is to get very specific with your future. After all, you want the best for yourself and your future. And it just so happens your future is a blank check. So write it for a large sum and laugh all the way to the bank. But in all seriousness, make your happiness and self-fulfillment a priority. If that means financial freedom, then focus on wealth. If that means you're happy at home with a thriving family, make that your priority. Keep in mind that different visions and different personal visions will require significant varying sacrifices and investments. Take the time to really think through what is likely to be required to be sacrificed and invested to actualize your vision. Wealth will often come with sacrificing a work-life balance and investing time, and likely risks involved in entrepreneurial-like activities. Having a happy and fulfilled family life typically means you need to be satisfied with skipping over some overtime. You've got to be able to attend that baseball game, and that means you can't do some of the same time investing and sacrificing that a wealth builder might desire to do. And by no means does that mean you cannot have a happy family life and build wealth and be successful in regards to both, but often there's going to be one that has to be sacrificed in lieu of the other in order to be successful and reach certain goals. And we are human, and it's normal for us to want it all, but alas, we cannot always have everything. Sacrifice is required. In addition to recognizing some of the pitfalls of setting a vision and knowing what you want to mold your future around, don't base your vision on something that requires others to be actualized. This simply means that if your goal is to seek admiration or fame, it is a fickle vision. Your ultimate self and self-fulfillment must always be inner-focused. No one but you can decide your worth and ensure your happiness. Don't wager your happiness on another. That's a very risky game to play, and it is not likely to end in your favor. With the fundamentals in place and having a vision for the future in tow, let's revert to beginning with the end in mind. What type of legacy do you want to leave? What is your ideal tombstone quote? This may sound like an odd suggestion, but if you haven't done this at some point in your life, writing your own eulogy is a valuable practice and you should attempt it. Not only does this help define your life, it also reinforces that life is finite and you should put all your effort and time towards manifesting your happiness. But I digress. So your goals should be based on your legacy, and your legacy should be based on your vision. Let's talk about goals. We all know what goals are, and I certainly don't mean when you score in sports. We're talking about focused effort towards objectives that bring you a little closer to your personal vision. Setting goals and developing a plan of action is a fairly simple process once you know what your ultimate destination is. Goal setting follows the basic path of generating a goal that makes you closer to your vision, recording it on paper, developing a plan of action. That plan of action will include specific steps and a timeline. And then after developing that plan of action or plan of attack, put the work in and continuously review the process and progress. I'll share a quick personal example. Part of my vision is to be a professional with industry-recognized credentials. One goal I had recently was to earn the PMP or Project Management Professional credential. I put this goal to paper to solidify it, and after writing it down, I recorded what was necessary to manifest it. I would need to apply for eligibility, schedule the exam, and study the PMP body of knowledge to prepare for the exam. I set a deadline for each and scheduled study time regularly to ensure I was ready to perform on exam day. Following my action plan, when exam day came around, I knocked it out of the park. I scored above average in all categories, earning the credential. And again, that basic structure is set your goals based on your vision, record it on paper, look at it often. And that's important. That's a quick pro tip there. Look at it often. Reviewing your goal regularly will help keep you focused when things pop up and attempt to derail you off of the path to success. After recording it on paper, develop a plan of attack that includes specific steps and dates, and hustle to make it happen. I do realize that this is a vague structure and a basic example. That being said, if you would like to level up your goal game through coaching sessions to explore your life purpose, personal vision, and goal setting, please do not hesitate to reach out to any of the contacts available in the podcast description. I would be honored to serve. While working to progress goals and actualize your best self, it is vital to stay in a positive mental attitude. Our minds are powerful beyond understanding, and negativity or allowing trash to take up valuable bandwidth will certainly impact our energy, efficiency, and focus. Next to this, what you focus your thoughts on often tends to be realized. I witnessed a prime example of this while grocery shopping recently. A family, mother, father, and 2 children, were bickering, and I heard the father tell his 2 young children that he was tired and disgusted with them, and he despised going out with them in public because it was always a disaster. He was prompted to say this because he almost ran into another shopper while focusing on his children instead of his walking path. But that's not really the concern here. Let's talk about the father's words and discuss what his likely mindset was before they ever arrived at the store. Verbatim, it was always a disaster. Before they left the house, he was probably already dreading all the potential disasters that lay waiting at the grocery store. During what was likely a rare outing for him and his family, because he despised doing so, those who should be the most important in his life became the most dreaded. And as such, his mind primed with the thought that disaster was around the corner, he began looking for things to justify this mindset, and he inevitably found it. The moral of the story here is to focus on the good and expect the best, and always be grateful no matter what occurs or happens to pop up at the grocery store. Slow down and enjoy precious family time. It's these moments that we should live for, not suffer through. But I digress. Let's talk about some of the tools of the trade in vision actualization and goal setting. Starting with the vision. The definition of vision is 1. The faculty or state of being able to see. And 2. The ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom. So, one definition focuses on seeing and the other on thinking. As you guessed, our vision manifestation tools are focused on the same. For seeing, we have what is known as a mind movie, and for thinking, we have personal visualization through personalized meditation. These are going to seem a little odd for some who may not have experienced meditation, but if you have made it this far, I do truly hope you'll give them some consideration. The mind movie is something I discovered while reading through the book Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. The mind movie is a very simple tool. It is a recorded video that is packed full of images that are more or less based on your personal vision. The images or video is played with a trigger song or sound in the background. Through the daily review of your personalized mind movie, you bring your subconscious into alignment with your conscious efforts to realize your vision. I recently developed and have shared on the Evolved and Elevated YouTube channel a very basic mind movie, of which you can find the link to in the podcast description. I used Google Images, copy and pasted into a Word document, and recorded it with a smartphone while playing some audio in the background. Short, simple, free. If you are interested in making your own or learning more about mind movies, please do reach out or check out Dr. Dispenza's book. In the realm of thought, there aren't any better visualization tools than meditation. A personalized meditation has been one of the most valuable tools for myself. I have several fill-in-the-blank templates and audio suggestions, and, again, for those interested in investing and having one created for them or assistance developing their own, I, again, am glad to serve. The personalized meditation is a guided meditation that is directed at you and your vision. Here's a brief audio example of one of my own.
Let us begin this journey to awaken this inner power. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, hold and gently exhale. With each inhale, soaking up the power of the universe. With each exhale, exhausting all inner restlessness and unfocused thoughts.
I know the audio wasn't the best there, but I was trying to play that directly into the microphone off of my smartphone. So, as you can imagine, it may not have sounded the best. So, diverting off of the visualization tools, we're going to quickly cover goal-setting tools. And in an effort to stay under the podcast goal time, I'm going to bullet point a couple and briefly share the pros. So, a performance planner. These help you plan out your daily priorities. These are relatively cheap, and you can find good options available at Amazon.com. Just search for keywords performance planner and choose the best fit for you. A calendar, and by calendar I mean a time management tool such as Outlook. Outlook is my personal favorite and really the only one I'm aware of and really the only one I know how to use that will assist in helping you navigate your major items that are planned on a daily basis. Outlook, or another style of calendar, will help you manage your time more effectively. I personally enjoy Outlook because of the many tools and reminders available when scheduling your day. Jumping off of tools, we can't wrap up an episode without a Who Did It Best segment. This episode is focused on goals, and our winner is Zig Ziglar. Fun fact, few know that his actual name was Hilary Ziegler. Zig began his career as a salesman for a cookware company. He set several goals around sell quotas and quickly rose through the company ranks for his tenacity and work ethic. Zig states that, quote, "What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals." Zig wrote several books, his first being rejected nearly 40 times before being published. Zig is a testament to the value of perseverance and goal setting. There's a link in the podcast description to one of his great recorded works in regards to goal setting. If you find yourself looking for some more audio of which to pleasure your ears during a long commute or another time, that is definitely a good direction to go. Zig has some powerful insights, not only in goal setting, but in general. As the episode winds down, let's recap some of the valuable points. Your vision should be centered around what makes you as an individual feel joy and fulfillment. Develop your vision a decade or two out. Do not underestimate what you can achieve with true marathon-like effort. Be prepared to sacrifice and invest for your best life. Consider the risk and rewards carefully. Begin with the end in mind. Your actions today should align with where you want to be tomorrow. Goals are a tool that will help you reach your vision. The simple structure is put it on paper, make a plan of attack with specific steps and a timeline, and hustle hard to conquer the goal. Keep your mind in a positive state. What you think about, just like the father getting groceries, is likely what you will find. Use mind movies and meditation to anchor your vision and recruit your subconscious towards actualization of your vision. Time management tools are extremely helpful when planning out goals, but ultimately, consistent effort will drive you home. Goals shouldn't be about what you will get, but rather about who you will become. Please tune back in next week where we will discuss the importance of guarding your mind and your reputation to secure victory in your career and your life. This is Jake, signing off. And remember, when things are looking down, you always have the choice